Hello, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Business Center query type API. They're going to show you how to create, package, publish the query type API, and also show you how to call the API and how to check API entity definition. Let's query type API. It's going to query customer total sales amount. So first we're going to log into Business Center. After we log into Business Center, we are going to find out the customer ledger entry. Let me see customer ledger entry. So we select customer ledger entry. So this is the customer ledger entry. We needed to find out the total sales for every customer. Because we need to find out the total sales, we're going to filter on this ledger entry. We're going to filter document type only is the invoice and credit. So we bring all the record here, but I didn't see the sales amount. So we needed to custom our personalize. So we bring the sales to this list page. So we custom this one. We need to find the field. So this field is sales. We see that's sales. So I bring the sales on this column. Okay, we bring the sales here. So we see the sales. Then we export this list to Excel. Then let's try to see we created a pivot table. So we check the customer, then we check the sales. Okay, this one will our query API going to get this result. So we remember this one. After we create API, we should get the result as the same as this result. Okay, let us start to create our API. First, we need to open the Visual Studio Code. So I'm on my virtual machine. So I have already installed my Visual Studio Code over there. We're going to create our new project. The project going located the photo on in a query API. We name it query API. So this is our the target platform. We're going to choose Business Center 2020 release wave 2. Then we are going to choose our server. I'm going to use my own server on my dock. So your own server, I choose. Now I need to select my server. My server name is Eric BC Sandbox 03. My service instance going to BC. That's my service instance. I'm going to change the authentication to Windows. I'm used to Windows to authentication for the easy. Okay, after finish this one, we're going to download the symbols. Okay, the symbol has to be download successfully. Okay, because this one is the hello world is welcome AL extension. We are going to delete it. So we delete this one, hello world. I'm going to create a new file. The file going to call my customer sales .al. Don't forget AL, the extension name. Now we use the snippet. So we create query, we create a query for the API. So there has a query of type, the API. So they're going to bring the template here. We use the number is 50101 for our query ID. The query name, I'm going to use my customer sales. There's important property like API publisher. We use the demo. The API group, we're going to use the app2. The API version, I'm going to use v2.0. This three publisher group and API version is very important. They're going to affect our endpoint. So the entity name, we're going to use my customer sale. Entity set name, we're going to use my customer sales. These two is going to affect our endpoint too. Okay, now we already set up a property. We're going to set up a data item. The first data item, the data item we name is the data item name 1 because we find the customer total sales. We need a customer table. So we select customer table here. Customer. The column, we're going to use the customer ID. The first column is a customer ID. This ID going to in the customer table. That's the ID column here. Okay. The caption, we're going to use the ID here. So we locked, we select choose. And the second column, we add second column is the customer number. We use a snippet, bring the column template as a customer number. So source field name going to number. Let's see. The same thing. Caption we're going to use number. Locked going to set to true. We add another column is the customer name. Source field name going to customer name. That's name, just name. we add more column called custom address. Here is address. Now here we add another data item. So we bring the data item and step it. Here the data item name, we name the data item name 2. Source table going to use the customer ledger engine. So here we are going to, because there's two table, we needed to create the two table relation. First, we link these two table. The data item link are going to use the customer name on the customer ledger entry table, the customer number on the customer ledger entry number equals customer table. They're going to number. So in the customer table, they're going to have a number. This number are going to create a relation with the customer ledger entry table with customer name. The query join type, we're going to use the left out join. Also, we going to use the table filter because we're going to find out the total sales amount. So the data document type going to invoice and credit. So that's why we are create a data item table filter is document type. I already showed this one on the Business Center before we export the Excel file. Okay, after we created these two data item relation, so we create one more column here is the total sales amount. So this total sales amount is the total sales. The column's name is total sales amount. So source field name going to sales. So here create a total sales amount, they locked. It's true. And here we're going to create a filter here. We just data filter. So this data filter going to use. So we're going to use the customer ledger entry table posting date. Posting date. Okay, use the posting date. So this column going to create the caption. The caption going to call a data filter. Then locked, we set it to true. Okay. We don't need a filter on the customer table, so we did this filter. We don't have any variable and trigger here, so we delete it. Okay, let's we create the query. Now we create a package. So we're going to use the package create comment is okay. We run the package comment. So we publish. Okay, we get this one here. So let us see to call this API to see what we get, what's the result. So here you see, okay. So looks like all right. we are missing something on the total sales amount. We need to get the method here is summary. So equal summary. Okay, we're going to publish it again. Let's see, we publish. Okay, let me see what the result we get. We call this one. Now it looks good. You see the customer ID. We have ID, name, address, the amount. So this amount should be at the same amount as we get from the Excel. Here you be patient what we when we call API, right? That's dimension and company code. Now we check the entity definition. So that's the entity definition. We see the entity name is my customer cell, and the set name is my customer sales. Okay, let me check our API extension. We call extension here. So you see here, we have our query API. That's our API extension. We publish install on this doc server. That's all.